Hey, Mark Broker here, Broker Leadership Solutions in San Diego, California. Still kind of hunkering down a little bit. Things are starting to move, and that's a beautiful thing. But hey, first of all, thanks for all the comments on my last leadership videos. A lot of views on the last few, and really makes me feel good. I like the comments, so keep them coming in. Certainly with this one, I just want to help you all with this difficult journey of leadership. So it seems like it's helping. So I really, really appreciate the comments. So keep them coming. Keep them coming. I really appreciate it. So this one I want to talk about, and we're going to talk about this for the next few, is something that is extremely important for a leader, and it's a number one stressor for leaders. And you think, what could that possibly be? Well, here's a number one stressor for leaders. It's is having a difficult conversation with an employee who's not performing well. And in the chapter of my book, I call it "Don't Ignore Poor Performance." Don't ignore poor performance. And this was hard for me, man. When I was coming up through the ranks in the military, certainly the first 15 years, I was never good. And frankly, I was never good at this at any time, having a difficult conversation. I got much better at the end. And again, I'm going to share some of the things I learned along the way. But man, the first 15 years of the Navy, I was not good at this. And I knew I wasn't good at it. And what would happen is I had a poor performer. Yeah, I kind of knew it, but I just kind of ignore it, hoping it would go away. It never went away. Matter of fact, it usually would get worse and usually would spread to others like an infection. But then when I did address it, I usually overreacted because I was kind of angry. Not good. Not good. So why do we have a tough time? Why is this number one stressor? And studies have shown it is a number one stressor for leaders. Is one, it's uncomfortable. We'd like to have good news. This is not good news when you bring an employee in and tell them their performance is not good. It's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. It's like you're uncorking a pop. You don't know what's going to happen when you have this difficult conversation. And some people say it's a failure on my part, and maybe it is a failure on your part. If you read Extreme Ownership, great book that's been out for a little bit, they talk about you own that. So there's an argument there. But point is, it's tough stuff. We don't like having these difficult conversations. But here's the deal, man. Performance of a team is not created by what you say. It's created by what you tolerate. Let me say that again. The performance of a team or performance of an individual, call it what you will, is not created by what you say or posters on the walls you walk in to your break room. It's created by what the leader tolerates. So if you tolerate poor performance, you just change the standard to a lower standard. Not good. The other thing is everyone knows who the poor performers are. There's no secrets in any office or any place you work. Everybody knows. You got 10 people, you got 3 stellar employees. The bell curve's a beautiful thing. You got 5 in the middle, and you got probably two or three kind of lagging. Maybe one lagging a lot. And if you don't address that person, if you don't bring up and course correct that person, what are the other 9 or 8 going to say? They're going to say you don't care. Oh, that's a terrible place to be as a leader. You don't want to be in that position where people say you don't care. What's at stake if you ignore poor performance? Their trust in you as a leader, and more importantly, the performance of your team. Because again, you just accepting that lower level of performance is you're tolerating it, and you just lowered the standard. So again, the next couple of videos I'm going to put out, I'm going to keep this one short to 5 minutes like I usually do, but I'm going to give you one tip on this. This is an important tip. I remember I had an officer when I was working in command, and it just wasn't working out. He needed to be course corrected, and I remember I'm not going to tell you the day because someone may figure out who this person is. The point is, I usually would do 30 minutes with these difficult conversations. This one I knew was going to be tough, so I made sure I had nothing on the back end of the meeting. And I'm telling you, man, this meeting went on for like a long time. I think it was like over 2 hours. But we came to a breakthrough. We got to a breakthrough, and he understood where he needed to maybe course correct. And he left my office not happy because he didn't get the evaluation that he thought he deserved, but he didn't leave angry. He didn't leave bitter. And he contributed to my command. He went on to make rank, and he contributed to the Navy. That's a good thing. So the point is, I invested a couple hours in this conversation. A small investment when you think about it, because if I had cut that off at 30 minutes, I had another important meeting after that. Not good. we wouldn't have gotten that breakthrough. So here's the thing: when you have a difficult conversation with an employee, make sure that if it's, you know, schedule it for 30 minutes or an hour, but make sure there's not a really important meeting after it. So if you continue on, that's okay. Don't have a meeting like maybe with your boss. If you have a course correct meeting at 11, don't have a meeting with your boss at 12. Have that flexible. Because think of the message. Think of the message. If I'm having a difficult conversation with someone and it was supposed to be 30 minutes, now we're into 35, 40 minutes, and they say to me, sir, and this happens, sir, you know, we're supposed to have 30 minutes here, and it's like it's 40. And I say to them, this is really important. This is the most important thing I got on my plate right now, and it is. And I think it's worth my time. Is it worth your time? Whoa, what a message. It's like, this is important to the boss. He cares for me as a person, and it's a very important message. So we'll continue to talk about this because this is really tough stuff. And I'm not the only one who struggle with this. I think it's a struggle that we all share. So we'll talk about more of these. I'm going to cut it off now. We're at 6 minutes, and I don't want to keep any further. But thank you so much for all your comments. Thanks for looking at these, and keep me posted what you think. And we'll do another one in a couple weeks. Have a good one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.